Raise it up and welcome Ben Glasscock! Big Bad Ben in the house representing England this month. He's only 29 years of age, 6'1", and as wide as he is tall. Listen to the noise, there's Ben!
Yeah, I'm good to go, right? What are we doing? What are we doing? Stop laughing. Okay, is it rolling? Hey guys, it's Ben or BLG Strength. Welcome back to the channel. I'm sorry that I took another hiatus. I just can't help myself, apparently. And today we're gonna do a little sort of recap video of Britain's Strongest Man, which I recently competed in, and a few other things have happened as well. A couple of sponsorship announcements, and yeah, just a general catch up. So hopefully you guys enjoy. So firstly, big announcement for myself, and something I'm really excited about and actually really proud of as well, is I am now fully sponsored by SBD Apparel. I'm sure everyone in the strength community knows about SBD. I've personally been using their kit for up to 10 years. I remember even when I was powerlifting back in the day, my first pair of knee sleeves was SBD. Handmade in the UK in Sheffield, the best quality you're gonna get. I've actually been to see the warehouse a couple of times, worked for them for a couple of events, and just really excited to be with a company that I believe in and use their products all the time. You'll find me exclusively using their kit, wrist wraps, elbow sleeves, knee sleeves, and some of the stuff as well, such as the jumper I'm wearing. It's a really nice kit, really great company, and I'm really glad to be a part of the team. You want me to do that SBD bit again? No. Oh, fucking good. How can I not be more passionate? Anyway, straight into a recap of Britain's Strongest Man. So for Britain's Strongest Man, I was actually a reserve at first, and that's due to my placing at England's Strongest Man last year and my second place position at OSG Europe's last year. I was training for the event anyway. I thought it'd be a good idea and pretty silly not to, because there's always a chance of injuries and then you get called up and stuff like that. So I was really chuffed to be called up with about a month training to spare. So I had that real push and motivation going into the last stages of prep. Firstly, what a buzz. Being in front of that many people was a massive step up for me. The walkout was one of the best bits, as usual. Had my song, had the crowd behind me, and walking out to that many people in that sea of noise was absolutely incredible. Massive adrenaline rush to start the day, and something I won't forget. And also a really big one for me, I just had so many people come up to support, which was just superb. All of my family were there, had a load of my mates, a load of people from the gym as well, members of the gym, and obviously all my work colleagues, people who support me time and time again, and I'm really lucky to have that network. It's not something I take for granted either. So really chuffed to have everyone there watching and have everyone's support. So event one, we opened up with a sandbag steeplechase. It was actually a 3-bag chase, 3 150 kilo bags. So yeah, this was a really horrible event to open up with, to be honest with you, but it's one thing that I absolutely hate training for, but I know it's gonna pay off in the competition. So the first 2 bags actually felt dead easy, but running back for that 3rd bag, you just feel like your legs are gonna blow off, your lungs are gonna explode, you know, it's proper hard. But really good way to open up the show. I feel like it tests who trained properly for it and who conditioned to themselves to this kind of event. You know, everyone knows that Giants Live events are really quick. This is one of the quickest they've ever done, apparently. So yeah, opening up with this kind of set the tone for the rest of the show. So event 2 was the deadlift ladder. I was probably most nervous for this event, to be honest with you, just because like my deadlift can still use some improvement up at that pro level, I would say. I haven't even pulled 400 yet, so need to get that ticked off at some stage. But this is really cool because I was against my coach, Shane Flowers, who ended up coming 2nd in the competition. Really good to do an event with him. I had my strap technique down, flew through the first couple of bars in terms of the pull, but I was just quite slow with my straps. I tried some speed straps and some quicker ones in training, just didn't get on with them. Anyway, it was 300, 320, 340, 360, 380. I got up to 360 in around 40 seconds, which was a relatively good time and put me in a relatively good position. So I was quite happy with that overall. I did attempt the 380, which I'm looking at here, strapped into it. I didn't have much time left, so it would have been a big ask. Came off the floor, but I knew immediately that it was just going nowhere. But yeah, a little fist bump for Shane at the end. So I was 2 events down at this stage, going through my head at my first Britain's Strongest Man, debut at a big sort of Giants Live show because England's is counted as an official strongman show. So this was actually my first, you know, proper Giants Live ever. No, I was having a laugh. I was having a real good time. I had real good fun. Didn't have any nerves, which was really important for me. And I felt like I was able to just give 100%. At this stage, we had lost Luke Richardson out of the competition because of the first event. Just had some difficulties after the first event, had to pull out. We'd also lost Andy Black because he also had some difficulties on the first event. So there were a couple of people out, and I can't remember my exact placing, but I was in an okay position overall. So anyway, into event 3, which was the duck walk into the farmer's walk. Yeah, I kind of flew with the duck. It was pretty easy. I didn't go to top weight in training. I knew that would be like the easy part of the medley. The farmers were brutal. Thin handles, knurled, massive farmers that were kicking around. You'll hear me say in my interview at the end that I thought I was like a wacky waving inflatable arm flailing tube man, which I was, because they were kicking me all over the place. But luckily my grip held out. But it was a kind of a trade-off of lose my grip and drop and re-go, or sort of just slowly get the meters done. And I just chose the slow option. I think I was sensible because my hands would have been ripped apart otherwise. And then, yeah, I was cheering Matt Diamond on at the end just because, you know, he wanted to get it done, obviously. And he did. And the crowd got behind him. So, again, I love doing that kind of thing. Like, yes, it's a competition. Yes, I'm competitive. But also, like, getting the crowd behind someone, you know, and making sure you're supporting your fellow competitors. That's always going to be something that I'm going to be doing because that's important to me and who I am as well. After that event, we lost Adam Bishop, which was a shame. He tore his hand up on the farmers and I think was just mentally worried about the last couple of events, so he left it there. Obviously, I'm really good friends with Bish, so that sucked to see. You know, he was kind of my mentor when I got into the sport, so to speak. When I was like literally a newbie, he was teaching me a load of the events. So I have a lot of time and respect for Bish, and it was great to compete against him, albeit for just 3 events of the competition. So event 4 was the log press. This was my highest placing in the competition. I came joint second, and I was pretty nervous for this event, to be honest with you. I went out with Gav Bilton, who is a legend, and I got 4 reps on a 160 kilo log, which for me is a PB, and something that I didn't think I'd be able to do 4th event in. That log felt horrible to clean. I've used it once before, England's 2023. It's a tough old log, and doing it in front of that many people, under the lights, 4 events in a really quick show, was very challenging. But I'm just happy that my technique and my training had paid off. Checked how much time I had left and then just nailed up that 4th one. I think Neil Pickup, the MC, said that I turned myself into the letter C. As everyone knows, you know, I go super bendy on log press. But yeah, I was really chuffed to get it done and ended that with 4 reps and a really good placing. Joined second with Andy Flynn. Only person in front of us was Luke Stoltman, who literally is one of the greatest log pressers of all time, and obviously he won the whole competition as well. That's what Neil Pickup said. He was like, Ben's turned himself into the letter C there. So final event, at this stage, the points were actually really tight. So Luke Stoltman was quite clearly in the lead. Shane was second. Andy Flynn was third, with me half a point behind him and Paddy just behind me. But obviously, as we know, Paddy's very good at stones. So he came in before me because it's done on final placings, drilled a crazy quick stone run. I wasn't looking at anyone else. I just made sure I had my tacky right and was just focusing on getting all 5 stones because I know I can do this run. Leg cramped as I ran round to the first stone, so that was good. So, you know, extending with 120 and 140 was tough. So got to 180 and I just had a little slip on it. You know, I'm not going to make any excuses. I just had a slip on it. I don't know if it was sweat on the stone, something like that. I had a little fumble with it, tried a couple of times, turned the stone fully way round, which you can see in the video. Andy actually didn't give me any of his... People are like, oh, he's so nice that he gave you his tacky. He didn't have any tacky left on his hands. He did a blistering stone run, by the way. Fair play, Andy. And that landed him 3rd in the end. Secured him his spot at World's Strongest Man, which was awesome to see. He didn't give me any tacky, but it reminded me that I had a globule of tacky on my hand that I'd put there for spare, which you always should do. So I put some of that on my hand. I had like 18 seconds left. Did the 180. It was pretty hard. I was seriously cramping at this stage. My back, my hamstrings, my glutes. And I was like to myself internally, you know, and you have like those internal thoughts. I literally could feel myself talking. I was like, if you lap the 200, you're gonna load it, whether the whistle goes or not. That is just what's happening. All these people behind you. And I heard Eddie Hall specifically go,
10 seconds left on the clock.
And I was like, right, I'm loading it, I don't care. And literally I got my arm, made sure the tacky was in the right place, really pulled everything in, did the final load, literally like broke my spine to get it, and loaded it. I felt both my hamstrings like squeeze up and like cramp up so bad. And when I finished, you can literally see me like limp over to Andy. I think I called him a freak because I knew he'd secured his spot at World's Strongest Man. And then, yeah, a little bit, you know, the crowd went mental, absolutely nuts. Apparently it was the loudest cheer of the night, which is, you know, means a lot to me. because that's really cool, you know, on my debut. Lifted his arm up, you know, he just like got all the stones done in a crazy time, secured his spot, World's Strongest Man, got third at Britain's Strongest Man on his debut, Brits as well, and then like limped off because I had cramp everywhere, which was just awful. That is something that will stick with me for a very long time. That is a really cool memory because I wasn't going to beat Andy. I actually wasn't going to beat Gav's time either. So I'd rather have ended something dramatic like that than me doing it in like 35 seconds or whatever. And that wraps up my first Britain's Strongest Man. Finished 5th in the end, just 2 points behind Paddy. And I just couldn't be happier. Like, that's such a good showing for me at my first ever proper Giants Live. There's room for improvement. You know, I just need a couple of seconds there, bigger deadlift, you know, not fumble around on stones. And I'm going to be, you know, doing bigger and better things, hopefully. So just need to put it all together at another Giants Live show. Thanks so much for Emily as well, you know, my partner, being backstage with me. Always keeps me calm. We had a great time together. Hopefully, I know she was super nervous and stuff behind the scenes. I've seen some footage, bless her. But yeah, it means so much to have her there as well. So as you can tell, I'm very chuffed with my first Britain's Strongest Man and just had a blast, guys. Anyway, sorry, I tend to ramble. Hopefully Nick Veira, who's filmed this awesome video, will edit it and cut me down. But just want to say thanks to everyone who's watching this video, or if you made it this far into the video. You can follow me a little bit closer on my Instagram at BLG Strength. I post like daily there, all my training and whatever. Really happy with how everything's going. You know, I have such a support network at Athlete Movement. Best place to train. Always going to be growing, learning, improving. And yeah, until next time, I guess. I will see you soon, guys. Thanks for watching. And make sure to like, subscribe, and follow.